Hey, this is Scott. You've tuned into the Pacific Northwest Wine Enthusiast. I am Scott. I am the rookie. And we're going to go ahead and jump into 2017 Savoya Vineyards Pinot Noir from Ken Wright Cellars. But before we do that, if you like this content, please go ahead and consider subscribing to the channel. That way, when I do upload new videos, I do try to do a new wine review here from the Pacific Northwest. At least once a week. Sometimes because of my job, it doesn't quite work out. But I do that, and then when you go ahead and subscribe, a little bell icon is going to pop up. Go ahead and click that bell icon and then select all. That way, when I do upload those videos, you are notified. Also, if you like this particular video, please make sure you hit the like button on that as well. That way, YouTube algorithms do their thing, and more attention is brought to the reviews that I do. So anyways, before we get in, let's talk about Ken Wright Cellars. Ken Wright Cellars, Ken Wright in general, when you talk Oregon Pinot Noir, the conversation has to include Ken Wright. This is a man who's growing up in bourbon country there in Kentucky, and while waiting tables, he found a love for wine. He went, traveled to UC Davis, went through the viticultural program there, spent 8 years winemaking with Ventia Vineyards and Chalone and Tata Vineyards in Monterey County of California Central Coast. He had some friends from the Willamette Valley. He went up to Dundee Hills in 1976 and convinced him that that's where the finest Pinot Noirs could be made in North America, is up in Oregon. So anyways, he brought 10 barrels of his wine. That was what funded his starts. And his philosophy, and when you go to his wine tasting room, and I'll talk about his wine tasting room here shortly. It's in Carlton, Oregon, and his philosophy is based on the single vineyard. This is a man, if you pull up their website, and it's kenwrightcellars.com, they have, in just their standard bottlings of 750 milliliter bottles, 19 different Pinot Noirs for sale. That's how dedicated he is to this particular grape. Now, the grape in particular that we're talking about is from his Savoya Vineyards. He focuses on a single varietal. And we're going to dive into that here briefly. Now, when you do go down to Carlton, he's got probably the most expressive and impressive wine tasting room I've seen in quite some time, and especially for me, I love old trains and train stations. He took an old train station, literally tore it down, rebuilt it up, and that's his wine tasting room. So not only does he have a good inside, but the outside where he used to catch the trains, he's turned that into a great outdoor patio area as well. Anyways, let's go ahead and dive into this. Now, this bottle here, I'm not gonna pull any punches. This wine is $62 on his website. Most of his wines, most of his Pinot Noirs, you're looking at $50 to $60 for. But is it worth it? Well, my wife and I bought 2 of these bottles, and we bought 4 Pinot Noirs at a total of $140. And that was just his Pinot Noirs that we bought. Anyways, let's go ahead and dive right in. The color on this is a very, very medium purple. And it's very, very clear. There's some good light coming through on it. The nose on this thing, this is a medium to medium plus intensity on the nose. And on the nose, now I've had it sitting in my glass now probably for a good 20, 30 minutes. His wines, he recommends, I almost forgot. If you go to his website, he literally has, this is strictly for wine geeks. So if you go to his vineyard site, is it his vineyards or is our wine, basically? He has tasting notes, he's got news and reviews, he's got harvest letters. He even has a downloadable sheet that shows all of his vineyards going back to, when to drink. I mean, he literally created a PDF form so that, like this particular wine right here, I thought I had it up here. That would be brutal if I can't pull it up. Anyways, it basically says, okay, for the 2017 Savoya Vineyards, drink it starting in, I think it was 2021 through 2024 or something like that. I mean, for the wine geek, if you are a wine geek, this is a wine geek's wine. It really is. All right, anyways, let's go back into nosing this and tasting this. On the nose, I'm getting raspberry, black cherry. There's floral notes of rose and potpourri. There's also a hint of gun smoke, an earthy type of gun smoke. If you've been on a reenactment battlefield and the cannons have fired and the muskets have fired, and you have that lingering gun smoke as it comes across the field at you, where it's mixed in with the fresh oxygen, and it lingers. I'm getting that gun smoke, and my mouth is watering as I'm nosing this. And then, of course, on the back there are some spices. Now, I don't have the sheet with me. I can't find it, but Savoya, if I remember right, is a more minerally based, earthy based type of flavor profile from that particular vineyard. We tasted the two that we really enjoyed. One had a little bit more of a upfront floral note, where one had more of a minerally note to it. So, and I can't remember which one's which, but anyways, let's get back. Yeah, the gun smoke on this mixed with the potpourri and the fruit is just amazing. All right, let's go ahead and have a sip of this, shall we? This is such a beautiful, chewy Pinot Noir. The black cherry just overwhelms on the fruit. I mean, you do get a little bit of that raspberry, but it's like biting into a black cherry. A little bit of hints of cranberry on the flavor too that I'm getting, and that I didn't get on the nose. This is a spice bomb as well. I'm getting allspice on the back of my palate and on the sides, cinnamon. That gun smoke has turned into a more of an earthy, dried leaves and mushrooms and truffle note. Almost kind of that truffle. And like I said, Oregon has a note. It comes with Oregon Pinot Noirs. I love it. And personally, I think that's what really puts Oregon Pinot Noirs so much farther ahead than California Pinot Noirs. Is that earthy note that just, it screams at you. It says, here, notice me. This is a very long finishing wine as well. I'm still getting really good flavor on the back end of the fruit. Yeah. I mean, this is a full-bodied Pinot Noir. Tannins, I would say medium minus on the tannins. Acidity, this is a medium plus. This is a sweet, not a sweet wine. This is a dry to minus dry wine. There's a little bit of fruit sweetness. It's almost like that cherry is not, it's tart, but there's still a little bit of sugar left in there. That's what you're getting. The acidity, there's that tartness. Alcohol on this, by the way, is at 13.8%. You don't even notice it. The flavors are absolutely amazing on this. I mean, my wife and I, if we weren't already club members to six other wineries, we looked at each other and we were just like flabbergasted. We had several wines while we were down there on his as we were doing a tasting, and I'll see if I can find the footage, and if I can, I'll mix it in here a little bit of the train station. But he primarily focuses obviously on Pinot Noirs. He does have a Syrah. It's an amazing Syrah, but it's a Washington Syrah. And then he did have some whites. He also had a Pinot Noir Rosé that was out of this world, but my wife and I already had so many rosés in our wine cellar that we just couldn't justify the cost of the Pinot Noir Rosé that he had. But this wine here And I've got, this is the 2017. I've got 2 bottles of this. This is the 2016 Savoya right here. We have 1 bottle left of this. We literally walked out with 2 bottles of the 16, 2 bottles of the 17. We've already enjoyed one of the bottles of the 16. Anyways, I really love this winery. If you are looking for, and I haven't tried all the Pinots that Oregon offers. Obviously, this is my opinion. This is quite possibly the best Pinot Noir I've ever had, bar none. It doesn't matter if it's a French Pinot Noir, it doesn't matter if it's a California Pinot Noir, Washington Pinot Noir, and don't get me wrong, Kramer Vineyards had a wonderful Pinot Noir, several other vineyards. I'm looking forward to going down to Willamette Valley Vineyards and trying their non-Costco type Pinot Noirs. But Ken Wright, there is a reason why he is considered one of the OGs of Oregon Pinot. I mean, you cannot talk about Oregon Pinot without talking about Ken Wright. So anyways, like I said, folks, if you like this video, please hit the thumbs up button on it. Have you had Ken Wright's Pinot Noir? If you have, which one have you had? Please put that comment down below. I'd like to know what other Pinot Noirs that you've had from Ken Wright, if you enjoyed them, if you thought they were perfect, if you thought they were just too pricey or whatnot. Let me know down in the comments down below. Have you had the 2017 Savoya Vineyards Pinot Noir or the 2016? Let me know that as well. Folks, as always, like I said, I really, and I may be getting a little, I know it's only March, but I'm going to tell you right now, this wine right here, and I'm going to say it, this so far is in the running for top wines of 2021 for me right now. So, I mean, I'm getting goosebumps just nosing this wine, tasting this wine. This wine is outstanding. If I were to give it a number system, it would be in the high 90s. It really would. So, but I don't do number systems anymore because I'm not trained. I'm a rookie, right? Anyways, folks, thank you very much. Please drink responsibly. As always, life is too short for bad wine. You know, drink the good stuff. Enjoy the life. Open a good bottle with friends. Cheers. I'm not kidding. It's like a fruit explosion.